Sing Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Check one, check two, check one, check two. Let's check it out. Check it out, man. Let's check it out. We're live. We are live. We're live. Sometimes we're barely live. Barely alive. Oh, yeah. Huh. Start over. This is what I wanted to say. Sing it, Kanti.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama.
Hare Hare.
Good morning, everybody.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the program. Big apology. My big apology. I really do apologize for yesterday. It was beyond my control. Man, I was sick as a dog. Ugh. Woof. Woof, woof. I couldn't sleep. The problem was I couldn't sleep the night before. No show yesterday. I'm still sick, but I feel like I got some energy, but I couldn't do it yesterday. I woke up and it was already like I woke up late, 2 hours later, and because I couldn't sleep the night before. But I'm feeling better, right? So if you were watching a program the other day, I took the COVID test, and it turns out that I don't have that at all. I did it again. I did it once live with everybody, and then I did the backup one, and they both came out negative, right? These vintage, stupid COVID-19 tests. So, but anyway, I'm sick. I was sick, and I'm entitled to be a little sick. I blame medical intervention for it. I can't figure out any other way of how I got sick. So anyway, but today we are live. Stop complaining, Kanti. You're live, man. You're fucking here, and you're live. And try not to cough in anybody's ear. So this is an interesting story. It is a cultural story. I don't know. Somebody accused me. People often accuse me of doing politics. Like my stories are about politics, but they're really not. All I do is if I'm spinning the news, right? Whatever's in the news, right, is what I talk about. Sometimes that's political, sometimes that's religious, sometimes that could be cultural or artistic, whatever it is, right? Whatever's in the news. Right? So I take a little. I stand a little back when someone accuses me of just being a political commentator, because that's not really what I do. But today, I just talk, right? I just talk about stuff. This is an interesting gentleman, right? His name is Della Russo. What's his fucking name? I forgot his name. Yeah, Lenny DeR Roa. Lenny. Hey, Lenny. How you doing, Lenny? Lenny DeR Roa. Right? Lenny DeR Roa is just a typical 21-year-old kid from New York City. And he broke out his pen, and he started to do some, Basquiat-style graffiti, and it included a synagogue and a Jewish ambulance and some other Jewish shit, right? And for that, he was charged with 4 counts of a hate crime for anti-Semitism. And it's interesting because if you look at the graphic that I put up, right, that's That's the Christopher Columbus statue somewhere in Manhattan. This one, I believe, is... That's not the one. That's not on 59th Street. This is the. Oh, all right, this is the one in the park. This is the Christopher Columbus statue in the mall. The mall in Central Park, up in the center part of Central Park. That during the George Floyd nonsense, kids went up there and decided to call Christopher Columbus, quote, a murderer. He's a murderer, Christopher Columbus. Historical smear of these characters. Now, that is about as anti-American as you can get, right? And that's blatant and clear. Does anybody remember who did any of this? Has there ever been any hate crimes or any of this sort of criminality associated with any of the tons and tons of graffiti that was sprayed across all of the American artifacts? I can't remember any. It wasn't interesting. It certainly wasn't hate crime. You were charged with graffiti and then let out the back door, right? But Lenny DeR Roa, Lenny, he sprayed some shit on a synagogue, and if you can imagine, it wasn't even anti-Semitic what he said. Right? There was nothing about a Jew or anything in there. He said, Jesus saints. Jesus saints. What the fuck does that mean? And for that, the Jews laid into him. So it's an interesting story that it makes you wonder, what is art? What is art allowed to express? You would say, well, it's just fucking scribble on a wall. It's not art. Well, it is art. That's all art is. Art is all scribble on fucking a wall or canvas or wherever it is. If it turns your head, it could be one word. Murderer. Right? That's art. Right? It's unfortunate because it denigrates the country. That's Christopher Columbus. That is a public statue. And they go out into the public square and squirt it down with paint. That in itself is a fucking, violation of all of our rights to, just have a nice place to live, right? Without some jerk offs, fucking spray painting the statues, right? I don't know really what I'm trying to say here, but I do see that Mr. DeR Roa, for his action, he was, condemned by the Jew because of the whole Israel-Hamas thing. But all of these other clowns that spray painted and denigrated American property and Americanism, they're okay to go, right? You can be anti-American, but if you even suggest an anti-Jew anything, it's a crime. All right, so good morning, everybody in the chat. Again, I apologize for yesterday. I couldn't get to the table. It was that bad. I couldn't sleep. You know when you can't sleep and you wake up and you're in a fog and you just it's the cough. The cough keeps you awake all night. You can't sleep because you're coughing. And chills, right? Fucking freezing. You're freezing and sweating at the same time. But the good news is that it broke, right? So whatever I have or had or will have seems to be lightening up a little bit. Although I haven't been able to run. I got out yesterday, did a little exercise, a little yoga. As I said a few days ago, there is definitely relief. Yoga definitely offers relief for the flu. It's no doubt about it. Well, hold on one second. Yeah, this is the final step. You get the phlegm. The phlegm is just like, it wants to get in the way of you breathing. And you got to, I gotta push it out, right? You got to push that shit out, man. So we're going to talk about this Lenny DeR Roa, not Vinny. I'm sorry, Vinny. I'm not, Lenny. It's close enough, right? Lenny. Lenny. Oh, man, this cough. Pure honey cough. So that was my website, Marcus Conti. When I'm still alive, if I'm still alive going forward, 9 a.m. Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. If I don't die of the deadly COVID, I'll be here every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern time, right here live on YouTube, live television. Anything can happen here. There's no script. There's no well, there's a little bit of a script, but there isn't any script, right? And there's no editing, right? So if I say something stupid, it's there forever, right? If you say something stupid, it's there forever. Right? And that's how life is, right? We see. I like live stream because it shows the imperfection of the human, and certainly it shows the brilliance of the human, right? Where you don't really need to edit and re-edit, and I didn't want to say that. Why did I say that? Fucking just, you said some words and you don't like it, so just say some other words that you do like, right? And you'll be fine, right? So anyway, man. Ow, that hurts. That hurts. I'm still reporting on the flu, right? Because people are getting the flu now, right? They're getting sick. And I pride myself in being a little healthier than most people. Yeah. I mean, I could see, look at this. I'll say this. I could definitely see if someone were old and frail and, suffering from something like emphysema or bronchitis or some other pneumonia, some other chronic fucking respiratory stuff, right? And then they got this, they'd be screwed, right? But for a guy who goes out and runs 5 miles, my breathing is pretty clear. It's just like there's something, it feels like there's something that jumps in there and blocks it every once in a while, and you got to push it out of the way. Phlegm. Phlegm. Weevil Girl reports it snowed yesterday in Wisconsin. It's cold like a mofo here. It's everything is frosted. The leaves are down. A lot of kids out last night on Halloween. I apologize for not being here on Halloween. It's one of my favorite days. And but again, I got a late start and I couldn't do it. And we'll break to the markets in a little while as well. So let's start here. Hillary Clinton got heckled, and the guy that heckled her got dragged out by his fucking hair. Watch this, with no hair. His fat ass got dragged out of the thing. Watch.
You want somebody who's going to get up every day.
Hey, Hillary, why'd your husband visit Epstein Island 26 times?
He said, hey, Hillary, why did your husband visit Epstein Island 26 times? Watch.
Why'd your husband visit Epstein Island 26 times?
Why did your husband visit Epstein Island 26 times? Pedophile Island 26 times. Why? 26 times. Why, Hillary? Why did he do it? So watch what happens to this guy. You don't hear his audio. I don't know. His audio went dead. They cut the mic on him. I don't know how he got the mic, but they cut it on him. He's like, I'm not leaving.
Is this really necessary, guys? Is this really necessary? Is this really necessary, sir? Hey, is this necessary?
Guy's having a good time.
You guys are dragging a grown man out. Is this necessary? Seriously, come on. Hey, is this necessary, guys?
This is how we treat hecklers today, right?
You guys are dragging somebody out in
Fucking Hillary Clinton, congratulations, Hillary Clinton. At least people care enough to come and heckle you. So on the note of art, check this out. All right. Alleged Michelangelo sketches in hidden Florence chapel can be viewed for the first time. Ow. Look at this. So down in the dungeon somewhere in Florence, down in the bowels of Florence, there was a room, and apparently Michelangelo, while he was painting the Sistine Chapel and all the other stuff for the very, very corrupt Italian, fucking politicians of the time, the Medici family, the popes of the time. Remember, the Bible and Christianity survived like almost 1,200 years in Italy under extremely corrupt popes and business families, ownership families, corporate families like the Medici families for years. And a lot of the writings of Christianity had been altered to suit that. It's actually the Medici Chapel, Florence's Medici Chapel. Medici, when you go to Italy, you see this name all over the place, the Medicis. Very, 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 very powerful, very, very wealthy 16th century family in Italy. But look at this. Look what they found. They found Michelangelo's stuff, right? There he is, right? There's some charcoal drawings in this cave, right? Alleged to be Michelangelo. Now, is it a scam? Is it a ripoff? Is it a tourist attraction? Are the Italians capable of pulling something like this off? You're damn right they are. No. But new Michelangelo stuff, Michelangelo's still producing after being dead for 400 years. All right. Is this art? Is it art? Right. Right. He alleged that Michelangelo was hiding from the wrath of Pope Clement VII for supporting a short-lived republic that overthrew the Medici family around 1527. So it's the 16th century, right? And the Medici family were super powerful and, in many respects, paying Michelangelo to do some paintings. Right? Michelangelo was a slave. Michelangelo was a fucking worker. It was like, get up there and paint, man. There was nothing original about what he was painting. It was just like, David or fucking God, and he painted these, these fat women surrounding Jesus or whatever, angels, fat angels. But so new Michelangelo stuff. Hurry on off to Italy and see it. Florence is a beautiful place, man. I haven't been there since the 80s. I'd like to go back to Italy someday before I die. Israel-Hamas War. Live updates. U.S. sending 300 more troops. 300 more troops to the Middle East as Israel escalates airstrikes. So, is United States at war with Hamas? Yes. Is the United States at war with the Palestinian people? Yes. You're supporting the other guy. You're sending troops to support the other guy. Therefore, you are at war with us. So, I don't understand how you would expect Palestinian people in America to not see that. Wait a second. Why are you supporting Israel and calling Hamas the killers and the terrorists, when Israel kills more Palestinians than Hamas kills Israelis? But nonetheless, that's irrelevant. Whatever your stance on that. To have a stance like that is to be anti-Semitic today, right? Anything anti-Israel is anti-Semitic, anti-Jew, and you're a fucking racist and a homo, and a anti-Jew, right? It's crazy, right? You're anti-Semitic. So Pentagon said they sent 300 additional troops. 300. How many of these guys are going to die now? Right? 300. Probably the elite. The elite of the elite. It's interesting that they used 300. Right? Remember the movie? This is Sparta. Right? The movie 300. Right? This is Sparta. And he kicks that guy in the hole. You remember that fucking shit? This is where we hold them. This is where we fight. And this is where they die. Remember that movie, man? Fucking love that movie. That's one of my favorite movies, man. Fucking 300. So this ain't a movie, man. This is real. 300 people, 300 Americans going over there. A couple of them are going to get their heads blown off, and then we're going to all feel sorry for them. So hundreds of Columbia professors, people with more degrees than a thermometer, very high intellectuals, people that are smarter than you, and will tell you, yes, I'm smarter than you. I have a master's degree. What do you have? Well, take your I got a PhD. And I was like, really? Where'd you get it from? Well, you can bend down, get down on your knees, and look up my ass, and I'll show it to you. Something like that. Hundreds of Columbia professors signed a new letter saying they're appalled and horrified about campus anti-Semitism. So super Jew. Looks like these are fucking Jews. I don't want to watch it. I'm a Jew. There's no sound, but I'll tell you. I'm a Jew, and the Jew is sacred. The Jew is important. Kill the Hamas. Kill the Hamas. Kill the Hamas. That's what he's saying. So all these faculty members at Columbia University said Thursday they are appalled by spats of anti-Semitic incidences. What incidents exactly are there? There are none, right? There are none. They're just people protesting and Palestinian people protesting the war. To them, that's anti-Semitism. Right? You're not allowed to protest on a campus. That's anti-Semitism. It's not anti-Semitism unless you say Jew. Unless it has something to do with the Jew, then it's anti-Jew. That's fucking crazy, right? The Jew has a unbalanced advantage in American politics, and that is just a fact. The Israeli Jew has a incredibly unbalanced, I'll say it again, unbalanced, favorably unbalanced seat at the table in America. There's no doubt about it. So these guys, right? These Palestinians, look at them, towel heads and fucking sand Negroes, whatever you want to call them, right? Palestinians, right? Here in New York, or over there in New York at Columbia University, upper Manhattan. Confronted by super Jews saying, "Hey, you're not allowed to protest here. That's anti-Semitism. We are using every available tool to keep our community safe, and that includes protecting our Jewish students from anti-Semitic discrimination or harassment." What? I'm still looking for the harassment. I'm looking for the anti-discrimination. What is it? Someone saying that they disagree with American the American position in Israel, favoring Hamas or denigrating Hamas and favoring the Israeli army, funding the Israeli army. To point any of that out is anti-Semitism. Right? So the left is the left, along with the Jew, the super Jew, is defining what is now anti-Semitism. See all these people right here? Free Palestine, right? All fucking anti-Semites in the eyes of the Jew. You're not allowed to do this. You're not allowed to have a Palestinian flag in America. Look at this woman. She's a terrorist. She's got a head fucking wrap on. And she's pro-Palestine, man. She must be a terrorist and a Jew hater. That's the perception. Is it true? These people hate Jews? Well, I don't know. I don't know how many of them lost family members, to a Jewish bomb, a fucking Israeli bomb. But anyway, so what about this kid here? So here's Lenny. Let's talk about Lenny DeR Roa. So Lenny is a kid, 21-year-old kid, indicated Tuesday he was indicted Tuesday for allegedly defacing 3 Upper East Side synagogues. Now, it's not cool that you're spray painting on someone's fucking religious house. Right? It's in poor taste. Is it anti-Semitism? Is it a hate crime? I hate you. That's why I painted here. Or is it a kid just trying to get his fucking name out there? Right? He's a tag artist. Right? He paints. He draws shit. So let's watch his reaction in court while they were charging him with 4 counts of a hate crime. Watch this.
Also, the grand jury of New York County has filed indictment number 74790 of 23, charging you with the crime of criminal mischief in the 4th degree as a hate crime and other related charges. Criminal mischief
in the 4th degree is nothing, but as a hate crime, he could sit in jail for a year. I don't think he will, but he could.
How do you plead to this indictment? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty. So, Mr. DeR Roa, you want to tell me why you did what you did?
Funny man you are, bro.
What's that? No, seriously.
Oh, beautiful
what'd
day,
you do? Are you anti-Semitic? Are you anti-Semitic?
The New York Post asked him, "Are you anti-Semitic? Huh? Are you anti-Semitic?" Well, we're going to find out what he did. What did he actually write?
Jews?
I love everybody, so
I love everybody. Thank you.
Well, why'd you do it then?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What's that? Can you tell me why?
Can you stop harassing me, bro?
Now he's that's a mistake right there. Let the guy ask you questions, right? And answer him. You got the New York Post in your face. Talk to him. You want to be a famous artist? This is what it is.
Okay. You don't want to tell me why you did it?
Get it? I'm just an artist, bro.
I'm just an artist. There you go. That's about the most truthful part of it. Why don't you listen to what he is? He's an artist. Listen to him.
I'm just an artist. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just an artist. I don't know what you're talking about. So that's Lenny himself, right? Lenny, he smirked at charges announced, right? DeR Roa, who could face between 16 months and 4 years behind bars if convicted, pleaded not guilty. That's fucked up, man. So what did Lenny actually write? What did he write? To be honest, I didn't. So he apparently interviewed with detectives. He went on a long triad in which he said he just so happened to tag the synagogues, according to another court document. To be honest, I didn't choose it. Islam chose me, he said. To be honest, when I was growing up, all of my friends were Muslim. So that's kind of that. I also had a lot of friends from Columbia University, and they were Jewish. Don't get me wrong. I had Jewish friends. The suspect suggested that his race negated the possibility that the crimes would be considered hateful. I don't agree with that. Oh, I'm black. Now he's black. I am not going to sit here and say I hate Jewish people because I am black, he said. Nah, I like Jewish people. Trust me, bro. Quote, I wouldn't really consider myself anti-Semitic because anything that black people do is anti-Semitic to any other race. So he believes that because he's black, he's being charged with anti-Semitism, and anti-Semitism, it gets so convoluted, right? It's so Now you know why I wasn't here yesterday, right? Because I'm choking my brains out, right? I'm so sorry about that. I was going to try again. I wouldn't really consider myself anti-Semitic. To continue, that's fucked up because we get put down worse. So he draws into question his blackness, his position with Jews, his position with Muslims, right? And in that, he pulls out a magic marker and starts to write about it, right? So what did he say? DeR Roa's crime spree began 7 p.m. on August 12. That was a long time ago, when he allegedly scrawled Jesus Saints with 3 Z's on a screen in front of a synagogue on 85th Street in near Lexington Avenue. 85th and Lex. That's the upper East Side. Lots of money. 85th and Lex. All right. So it was a bunch of rich Jews have a synagogue up there on 85th Street, and but Jesus Saints. Jesus Saints. What the fuck does that mean? That's anti-Semitic? To mention Jesus? Let's see. Images. Or images. What is this? Jesus Saints. Jesus Saints. When you put in Jesus Saints with 3 Z's, what do you get? You get the saints of Jesus. Right? So this is anti-Semitic. He didn't say, fuck you, Jew, burn in hell, Jew, I hate you. He said, Jesus saints. Right? Jesus saints. Anti-Semitic. Right? 2 days later, he wrote, dead rip on a glass 2 days later. Right? So he was that's a little bit, that falls into the category of stalking. Dead rip. Dead. All right. So, all right. Stop right there. All right. So don't write on someone's synagogue, some Jewish fucking people's house, dead. Don't use the word dead and don't use rip. I can see how that could scare people. All right. I'll credit the NYPD for coming after him for that one. He put dead rip on an ambulance. All right, in context, right? Ambulances transport dead people a lot of times, right? Ambulance shows up, person's dead, they put the dead body in the ambulance, they bring it off to the morgue. So maybe it was just a statement of death, dead rip. Where's the anti-Jew shit? Because it was Jews, right? The ambulance was owned by Jews. About 5 minutes passed before he wrote, dead B-P. What the fuck does that mean? Right? On the door. Right? And when asked, showing photos of the stuff that he did, he said simply, that's my work. Yep. He didn't deny any of it. Alvin Bragg, the devout racist and guy going after Donald Trump, the DA in New York, said, synagogues are sacred places where everyone should be able to practice their faith safely. We will not allow our houses of worship. All right. So that will get you 16 months to years in prison. But what about this stuff? Let's look. Let's look back and remember the George Floyd fucking disaster, where everything in New York was defaced. Everything that came in the wake of Occupy City Hall got spray painted and wrecked. Look at this. This is public property right here. They're spray painting all over it. Let's continue. I remember this. This was the building across from Occupy City Hall. It's not a library. It's just a municipal building. They spray painted everything and threw black paint. Look at this. Right? Where's the crime? Is there any crime here? This is all anti-American graffiti. Right? Lenny says boo to a Jew, and he's looking at 18 months in jail. But these creeps can destroy fucking American property with no consequence whatsoever, and they're even signing it. Look, Black Lives Matter, all cops are bastards, right? All of their, Trayvon Martin, all of the cliche, fuck the police. What else? So see the graffiti? It's everywhere. Here's calling Christopher Columbus in Central Park a murderer. He's a murderer. Where's the people that did this? Where's the artist that painted this on the in the public square? I don't know if it should be a hate crime. That's the point. Black Lives Matter. Look, see this. Spraying red, dumping red paint on Christopher Columbus. I guess that's who it is. There he is. There's Chris. And this infamous, I guess this guy is some kind of Confederate guy. And it totally destroyed his monument, right? Total destruction, right? It makes you scared. It makes you nervous, right? If you're that type of... Look, if someone says boo in front of a synagogue and you're nervous, this doesn't make you nervous? All this anti-American shit coming out of your own fucking country? Over there in England, they had the same problem. Churchill was a racist. Look at all the blacks, angry blacks. Fucking Churchill was a racist. And you turn to one of them and say, you know who Winston Churchill was? And they're like, I don't know, man. I don't give a fuck. He's just some white supremacist motherfucker. Right. They don't even know who Winston Churchill was. Barely. So anyway. So that's all I got today, man. Sorry for coughing in your ear. The market's open. Yeah, everything's open. So, wow, holy smokes. NASDAQ is up. NASDAQ up 36. Dow Jones Industrial Average only down a mere 16. Looks like it might turn green. S&P 500 up 5. So we've got a nice, it's holding up a little bit at the moment. Let's see. Big tech, Nvidia up 5.5. Google up 68 cents. Apple up 8 cents. 18. Apple's going to report earnings tomorrow morning, or maybe tomorrow at the bell, Thursday. They're going to report Thursday. And so right now it's holding. It's up. Amazon up. Meta up a little bit. Microsoft up 5. Tesla up 2.5. Rivian down another 5 cents. Let's see what else we got here. Bitcoin, been following Bitcoin. Bitcoin up $308 right now. 308. Up to 34.5 right now. Yeah. War stocks, Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, Boeing, mixed. Boeing up 2, Raytheon flat, Lockheed Martin down $1.50. Holy vaccine stocks, not working for me, man. Fuck you. And then your vaccine. Pfizer up 31 cents. Johnson & Johnson up 25. Moderna down $1. And so we got a mixed open. I don't know, man. I'm not confident that it's gonna hold. I don't really think the market's gonna hold here. I think the Fed decision day is here. At some point, the Fed is going to say that they're going to hold. At some point today, they'll say they're going to hold interest rates steady, meaning that they're not jacking it up another 25 basis points. But that doesn't really help the market. Holding steady is still bad. You need to click it down a couple of beats, right? Because interest rates are already at 8% for like homes and cars. That's a lot. People don't want to spend 8% on interest. So when the interest rate comes down, people are more likely to buy, and they'll even spend more for the item, right? Less for interest, but more for the item. So the value of the item actually goes a little bit up when interest rates go down. But anyway, the Fed doesn't. The Fed is trying some kind of fucking crazy voodoo to get inflation to go down. So thank you all for joining me. That's all I got right now. I'm out of breath, and I'm gonna try to. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna try to do. I'm not gonna try to do anything anymore. That's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try not to do anything ever again. I'm just gonna be. Just gonna be. I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Happy Wednesday.